Tetris, copyright 1989, Nintendo. Now, most people don't know there actually was more than one version at the time of
But yeah,
Tetris.
there was that whole Nintendo copyright thing.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. And but I mean, you just gotta go back to the classics, you know. And everybody knows that this game definitely is a classic in many ways. Also, a game that has got me through college, I'll tell you that. And what's funny though is I set the controller to do a turbo, which I'll do in a second. But like, it's like you're hitting the button multiple times, like, so it's crazy. So yeah, so basically the story goes that when I was in college is pretty much about the time when the original Game Boy came out. Well, I was excited because I was playing Tetris a lot on my computer, or PC, and yes, I'm a PC gamer, as you might have guessed, from a lot of the games that I have uploaded so far, and yeah, like your Doom and all that. I am just that is my roots. I was a PC gamer before I was a console gamer, so I didn't necessarily miss out on console gaming, I just didn't have one. Like, you know, I had a neighbor that had one, and I played his, but it's not like I didn't have one of my own, you know, and, but this is kind of like, I almost want to call this like a relaxing game, especially at first, because, you know, it's slow, and you don't have to, you know, you can just sit here and put pieces together, and you're sitting there going, oh man, I need this piece, oh yeah, I need this piece. And this is kind of like the old school though, because the Tetrises now, they actually have a hole, and you can do like a little more strategic things with it, with the pieces now. And it makes it a little bit more exciting, because there are some times where you got a piece and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. So this gives you a little more flexibility in terms of, you know, oh, I need this piece, and then you could use it later. And then definitely, as you've seen in the Married Gamers Play video, that actually came into play, because there were a couple times where we got a straight piece and didn't, you know, like it wasn't needed at that time. So Tetris has definitely evolved since this one. So, but as you can see, now we're at level 1, and what's kind of wild though is the little stats on the side there, as far as the what pieces you've gotten and placed. As you can see, I mean, pretty much, as you can see, all 7s, 8, and so. Ooh.
Yeah, I actually had this original game when I was a kid. Actually, my sister would play more than me, and being that I was like, I didn't want to copy her, I was like, oh, I don't like Tetris, and even though in reality I did, so I played this quite a bit, but I think as years went on, I played Tetris more. You know, I played like Tetris on the newer consoles, especially like DS, and even the 3DS has a Tetris.
Yes, which I love, and I forgot that Tetris Party and all that was on original DS. So after we after we recorded that little session, I was like, wait, I have this on DS, don't I? And yeah, I went back and sure had. And so yeah, but what's kind of wild is when you consider that the statistic at the time, which I don't think it's relevant, not for nothing, is 85% of the purchasers of a Game Boy were women, and most of it was to play Tetris. Tetris had 85% sale on women, so that's where most people think, oh, it's for women. But I mean, I could see where they get that, because it's organization. You know, it's organizing things, is, you know, turning chaos into order, and, you know, things like that. So I don't think it's necessarily one gender or the other, you know. But, and it seems pretty cool that, like, we start talking about chicks, and then, you know, the thing turns pink. So
Oh my god, it's so pink.
Like, wow. I mean,
Like-
that's just like mad pink, yo. I mean, like, whoa.
That's what I like about this game. It changes colors.
Yeah, because each level has like its own. It's like kind of gives you a little different variations. Because honestly, this doesn't change much. Like they modern Tetrises kind of got into more of a more of a party mode where it wasn't just like just you against the computer. Even though you could probably do it versus, but so. Yeah. Now, the one thing I'm kind of like doing is I'm using streaming software to kind of record this in the commentary at the same time. So the only bad thing is it doesn't have like a running thing of how long we've been recording. So, alright, now. The only good things about also Minor Tetris is if you hit the up, it does
the hard drop.
The hard drop, whereas if you hold down, it's more of a soft drop, which is all this has. So if I got mad, it's more of an effort to try and force the game to quit. So now here we are in blue, and we got a little variation of colors here. So
you know what's funny? I'm playing Pokemon Diamond, and I'm using the action replay to test out codes.
yeah.
I ended up getting a Modest Natured Bidoof and a shiny, and I'm
Wow.
like, that's the right one I needed because it's a special attacker and it
That's
has
nice.
natural cure.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, it's shiny. That's funny.
So, but, yeah. Tetris was originally created by a guy in Russia who, actually, it turns out, this is a game that, was actually, he, was in his native country. Like, they actually had a game like this where each was a block and you had to, like, do it manually. He just turned it into a computer game and the rest is history. I mean, I had a Game Boy, and it was so used that the panel to hold the screen came off.
Oh, the screen fell out?
Yeah, like the screen fell out. That was funny.
Hey, you're not paying attention.
Yes, I know. I'm not paying attention.
Oh, you're just gonna end it?
So yeah. All right, guys. Well, that was interesting.
You died and made the screen turn all different colors. How could
Yeah, I suck. Cause I don't know. Anyway, so yeah.
you? Was this a test video?
You want it to be?
Oh, was this the real thing?
Well, we are streaming technically. I mean,